You copy the pro because it feels like reaching for something superior, something elevated, something that promises a shortcut to a better version of yourself. And yet, somehow, the more you try to play like them, the more disconnected your own tennis becomes. The timing feels off. The confidence dies quickly. The swing feels forced or unnatural. You begin to judge yourself more harshly. And what started as inspiration slowly turns into frustration. You begin to wonder why copying a pro doesn't give you the magic you see on TV. But here's the truth. You copy pros not because it makes you better, but because psychologically, it feels safer than accepting who you actually are as a player. This episode explores why we do this. Why copying pros is so emotionally tempting. Why it rarely works. And what discovering your own game truly means. Not for your results, but for your identity. Let's start with something obvious but rarely acknowledged. Copying pros feels emotionally comforting. When you imitate a professional, you borrow their confidence. You borrow their identity. You borrow their sense of control. Their game becomes a shield you hide behind, especially when your own game feels chaotic, inconsistent, or undefined. Copying feels like belonging. Copying feels like certainty. Copying feels like safety. Watching a pro gives you the illusion of structure. They show you what good looks like. They give you a blueprint. And as humans, we crave blueprints. We crave order over chaos. We crave predictable paths. So instead of creating our own messy, imperfect, personal version of tennis, we reach for a polished template that's already proven. But this creates the first psychological trap. You begin to measure yourself against someone whose entire life, body, training, childhood, psychology, biomechanics, and environment has nothing in common with yours. You take a frame designed for them and try to force yourself inside it. And the more you try to fit, the more you disconnect from your natural instincts. Copying pros becomes a way of avoiding the uncomfortable truth that your game is different, and that different might actually be good. The second reason you copy pros is identity insecurity.